Creating a Fiery Pro server or FireXF system backup is a simple yet important task that you should perform after you have initially configured your system, each time that you modify your system configuration, and prior to updating or upgrading your system. Creating a system backup will produce a single file that contains all of your printers, workflows, and users, along with all the configuration settings used for each of these elements. Note that this backup does not include any of your jobs, your Fiery server or Fiery Command Workstation programs, or your computer operating system. A system backup is created separately for each Fiery server. To create a backup in Fiery Command Workstation, double-click on the desired server to open Server Manager. With Server Manager launched, in the left-hand column, click on the Server tab, and then from the list of options, select Backup and Restore. On the right-hand side of the panel, ensure that the Backup Radio button is selected. Most workflow, printer, and user settings and configurations will be included in the system backup file by default. In addition, you have the option to include reference profiles, spot color tables, 3CC files, and all tickets. If you do select the Reference Profiles checkbox, any custom reference profiles that you have added to your Fiery server, whether they are currently selected for use in any workflow or not, will be contained in the backup file. The same is true if you select the Spot Color Tables and 3CC files checkboxes. If these are selected, any spot color tables or custom 3CC files that you have created will become part of the backup file. However, if you have created any custom calibration files and ICC media profiles, they will only be contained in the backup if they are currently selected for a media for your printer. If you have a custom calibration file that is not currently associated with any media and you perform a backup, it will not be stored as part of the backup. The final option is to include all tickets. Unless you have a specific reason to do otherwise, this checkbox should normally be selected to ensure that all users, workflows, and printers will be included in your backup file. By default, your backup file will be saved on the desktop of the computer on which you have launched Command Workstation, with an additional copy saved in the backup folder on the Fiery server itself. If you have launched Command Workstation on your Fiery Pro server or the same computer as your FireXF7 server is installed on, it is recommended that you store a copy of the backup file on a separate hard drive or separate computer to ensure that you have access to the backup file in the case of a hard drive failure. Once you have completed configuring your backup settings, click on the Backup button, and the backup file will be created and stored in the indicated locations, and a window will appear informing you that your backup file has been created successfully. Click OK to close the window, and you can then close Server Manager. This completes this module.